Good morning. This is Minister Paul out here in Northern California, Sacramento area. It's 8:40 a.m. on 9/29/2012. 29 is an 11, and I would call this a significant watch day. Matter of fact, that's an 11 on the front of that Yuba County SWAT vehicle. I'm going to tell you again, my wife and I have had a dream. I've had this SWAT vehicle actually drive at me and had a unfriendly encounter with it. They're the agency that came inside my house because there was a trespasser in my backyard. That's the agency, just so you know. It looks like Afghanistan. The streets that they we'll address that in a minute. I want to tell you about my dream. I had a dream last night, and I want input and comments. That's what I'm hoping for here, because America, I don't know if you noticed or not, but the world is shaking and baking on the earthquakes. So let me tell you about my dream as you look at this assault gang patrolling the streets. That's what they're doing. They're patrolling the streets. I had a dream last night. I was in this church. We went to bed early last night, actually, my wife and I. And I'm just an observer. There's 3 people in the choir that are male. There's no females, and I couldn't understand that. And there's 7 preachers, 7 and 3. And they kept arguing about how it was out of order. You know, that instead of it being 3 and 7, the numbers should have been distributed differently. There's not enough people attending, you know, singing in the choir. And in other words, like too many, how can I say this? Too many chefs in the kitchen, so to speak. I mean, you got 3 choir members and 7 preachers, and I was just an observer, and it bothered me so much that the church was out of order with the 3 and the 7, more teachers, and there was no members. So 3 choir members, all male, 7 preachers, all male, no females, and I'm just observing, and I leave because it's out of order, and I wake up, and it's like 3 in the morning. So I came out here, and I'm sitting out here in the family room, and I'm just wondering about that dream, and I fall asleep. And then I go into another dream. I don't know what time it is because I woke up about 7:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, somewhere in between 3 and 7:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I had this dream where we had bailed out. They hit the fan, bug out, and I was surrounded by all these first responders. That's what I did for a living, was first responder. And I'm doing my thing, and there's like 12 of us, and there's these big, huge fire trucks, and we're bugging out in this what appeared to be in an abandoned fire station. And the guy to my left, I remember asking him, he was just totally all business. The best way I know how to explain it, like he was all business, and something major had happened, and we weren't to go outside. The place was to remain sealed. And I remember looking at him, I'm like, this is a hardcore dude, because like a wasp flew by, and I'm like, oh, dude, wasp. And he just smashes it against the wall. I'm like, this is who I want to be my partner. I want to roll with this guy if we go anywhere. And then this snake comes in, and all the 10 other guys, they back up. They're like, snake. And I look, and it's a cobra. And, you know, you ever seen its hood flare up? Its hood flares up. And this guy, he's like Crocodile Dundee, man. He's like, no fear, I got this type of thing. I think he even said that, don't worry, I got this. And he kind of pushes me back. And I'm like, why are you afraid of a snake? And he grabs this cobra, and he'd had been in the dream. He just snaps its neck in half and throws it down and stomps on it and said, so much for that, snake, let's get to work. And I'm thinking, yeah, you go, dude. And I'm like, where are you from? And he didn't answer me. I'm like, come on, we gotta have to get along here. Where are you from? He said, somewhere near Washington, the state of Washington, which is 2 states north of me. And he was the closest one to California. So apparently we'd bugged out 2 states. How serious is that? So I want my wife to explain her dream briefly, which actually has to do with fires too. That's why I'm mentioning her. And then I want to go into this martial law thing happening in the little town of Marysville that you're just simply not going to believe. Go ahead, Nick.
Mine started with going out back and looking at the sky, and it looked really weird. And then I went out front, and I noticed all the neighbors were like looking up, and all of a sudden these clouds that were like at my head level are floating by, but they're on fire. They're like burning ambers, but they were floating. And I was watching them float by, and then all of a sudden I thought, oh, these are going to hit our roof. And sure enough, one hit the corner of our roof, and our roof caught on fire. So I was hosing off the roof with water, and they just kept floating by. Tons were floating by, and then I looked up more towards the sky rather than, head level, and there was a big black kind of alien looking ship coming through the sky, but it was long. It wasn't round. It was like football field, oval shaped, black, just coming through the sky, and it's like these ambers were preceding it. And that was it.
All right, so let me I just think it's incredible that, do these guys, look, I'm going to look at did you see the helmet cam on that guy? I'm gonna, let me see if I can stop this here. I want to tell you about this story here because there's like 3 pages of comments. Just so you know, the city of Marysville is probably about 6 blocks. I mean, it has like 5 red lights in the entire city. I don't know, a population of just less than 10,000. I mean, if that. I mean, it's literally, you could drive through the entire city in 5 minutes. Am I wrong, babe? It's about 20 minutes north of us, and it's part of Yuba County, but it's an annexed city called Marysville. These guys, these yahoos, and that's what I'm calling them, yahoos, because that's how they treated me when they came in my house. They decided to just do an anti-gang sweep on a tip. And I've read the people at the school district are really upset. If you go read the comments for yourself. Here's the link. They just decided to roll through the street last night on a tip looking for 3 people. And they got, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 8 officers and a tank, followed by several marked vehicles, rolled up to a house, and they took the children out. And you can read the article yourself, and they're asking these questions. And they roll up on a house, and they get on the loudspeaker, and they're like, police department, come out. And it's like 3 little kids, and they handcuff 2. So long story short, after patrolling the street and that thing all night, they got one gun, and arrested 2, I believe. You can read the story for yourself. All off of some tip. So they say martial law is coming. I'm here to tell you it's here. When this thing can just roll down city streets with assault rifles, does this look like your local police department to you? I'm going to say wake up. I mean, and read the article for yourself. And when you start seeing people have dreams, and rather than just read the story, see, it's assault rifles drawn, gang and drug agent stormed 3 homes on Friday. So I'll just give you a little bit of the story. Some like this. Here's the thing about this. There was 2, I was right, 2 people arrested and 1 gun. But there's no details. And so what you really need to do is go down to the comment section. People are agreeing with this, but of course, look, they don't live there. But some of the people are not. Some of the people are asking questions, and I'm one of the people asking questions like, okay, why it takes this type of activity? What happened to the old police? I'm just one of those questioning, like this guy, for example. He's just asking a question. He's got no thumbs up. 2. SWAT for 1 arrest? Wow. Who was it? Al Capone Jr.? And see, that's the I'm going to show you just to back up everything I say about because I used to do work for the local school district here, and I never will again. One of them is concerned about their children returning to school. I'll let you read the article here at this link. So yeah, here we are. dreams, and I'm gonna have to replay this to hear her dream. But yeah, this thing's just rolling through the streets with assault rifles, and they got one gun, and it was announced that they were just gonna rule the streets. So if you were in Marysville, California last night, you saw this thing. They were just driving around looking for 3 people, and they got one gun. This is the look of the future. You can expect more of it. If they'll do this in a town with the population, I should look up the population of 10,000 or less. What do you think they'd do in a population of a city of 1,000,000 or 2? Huh? Peace. Wake up!